Hi everybody, I'm Leslie Tomlinson and welcome to the first of our 30 minutes for 30 days tag cycling resolution rides. And the design of this, obviously give a little bit of a daily routine to some of us who struggle getting started, kick-started in the new year, but also some little add-ons for those of you that are doing lots of activities. Anyway, so these are 30 minutes long, as you know, 30 minutes for 30 days. And they're following a training program. So there's a daily plan, a weekly plan, I should say. And then each day there's a certain workout that we're going to be following. So because this ends up being the first day, so it would have been a Saturday, January 2nd, that we are doing a longer hill set day, okay? Right now, just in our easy warm-up, first few minutes, and I'm just gonna recap a little bit about the feelings in the warm-up, the feelings of efforts that we use, and lots of you now are using wattage, which is what we train by. So if you do know your numbers, you'll be referring to percentages of your max aerobic power, and that number, if you've tested for, we've done a ramp test to give you your numbers with us or on your own. And if you're using perceived effort, I'll just quickly review as we're warming up and hopefully feeling some of that perceived effort build. So right now, I'm at a very low wattage, and I would call it around a 3 out of 10, 30%. And that's literally just hopping on the bike, the first woody feeling of your legs turning around, and just getting the circles going. We're gonna bring it up shortly to about a 4 out of 10, 5 into our workout proper. And I'm riding just around a 90 cadence, optimal cadence, flattish road, 90 to 105 is around where we're referring to. And a little bit lower than that for some of you who are more comfortable. You ride a lot of off-road, you might have a little lower cadence. So right now I'm in the low 90s. Hopefully you have a cadence meter, and if you don't, simply count one leg, 1, 2, 3 pedal strokes. Okay? So low 90s for me, that's where I'd like you to be as well. And I'm starting to bring it up a little bit from 3 to 4, and then we'll go right into a 50% structured workout warm-up. Okay, so just bring the gear up a little bit to give you a 4 feeling, 40%. So we're still not in our endurance zone. 55 to 65% is where we find most people fall for that max aerobic power. And then just as you feel your legs accepting that workload, let's bring it right up to your 50%. Maybe you've been on the bike for a few minutes already anyway, but bring it up to your 50% number. And we're just gonna hang out around here just a couple of minutes until it starts to feel less like you just jumped on your bike. Think about a couple things. Relax shoulders, soft elbows, light hands, and then nice engagement in your center. Knees straight ahead. And then thinking about that power contact with our pedals. So you've got your feet. You may want to think about pressure behind the pedals, what that feels like at this effort level. Ankles, got some movement, and we're just getting ourselves into this rhythm and starting to feel a little bit warmer, a little bit more relaxed on the bike. So we'll just hold on to this now for another 40-ish seconds, and then I'm gonna have you bring it up to 6 out of 10, 60%. Again, still just endurance range. You could ride your big rides at this effort. And we're just going to keep the cadence the same. So I'm going to do that by lifting the gear. I'm going to do that in less than 15 seconds. And you're just going to settle into the new workload. Muscles kind of feel like, oh, just welcoming that extra little bit of effort. And they'll settle down and relax. 2, 1. Let's just bring a little bit of gear in. 60%. 6 out of 10 feeling. The cue for knowing you're riding aerobically around those endurance ranges is to put words together. Conversational, sort of. Group ride. Think about when you're out riding with people, turning the pedals over, tick, tick, tick. Nice little rhythm, but you've got enough oxygen because you're aerobic. You've got enough oxygen to be speaking. As you move into the harder efforts, going to do a little bit of that here. You'll start to feel like your words come out clipped. You're starting to move to a place where you're getting a little bit more anaerobic effort in the overall. Less oxygen, building a little bit of lactate, and that's where we're starting to definitely not be talking very well. Our power, around 7 out of 10 for most of us. A little bit higher if you've done a lot of training. Okay, let's just finish this off. 60%. We've only got 30 minutes. We're gonna go into our 2 pretty nice little hill pieces just after a slight break. So let's just finish this off now. Last 20 seconds. Deep breath. Relax into it. Last bit of the structured warm up in 10. Getting used to that rhythm, that cadence. I can feel my legs getting feeling a little bit more supple already. 2, 1, and let's just back whatever gear off just for a little piece here, and I'll tell you what we're gonna do. So as I said, we're following a training program, weekly routine, and as day 1, it just happens to fall on the day that we would do our hill repeats. So we're gonna do 2 8-minute hills, and the way they're structured is a rotation of 4 times through this minute and a half and then 30 seconds, starting at what we call around our power 80 cadence, so a crisp climbing cadence. And then for that 30 seconds, we're gonna bring up the cadence, and we're gonna be somewhere around a 90-ish, and that's gonna bring up our effort. So the 8 minutes, 8-minute long hill, the way we improve, a way we train to improve, is by doing something that's already doable, comfortable, and then adding a challenge to it to keep pushing up that level, making sure that you mentally start to get used to it as well as physically. Okay? So we're gonna get into these efforts, starting right here. It's gonna be that 75%-ish number. So around your FTP, as I said, a little bit more training in your legs, years. You're probably around that for your hour power. If not, you're probably a little bit further down to 70%. And we're going into it at an 80 cadence. So I'm gonna slow down my leg speed right now. I'm gonna bring it down to that 80 cadence, and we're starting in just over 30 seconds. Make sure you're as comfortable as you can be, even though it's only 30 minutes. So a little bit of a push here, and this is gonna build on you, okay? So 80 cadence. I'm gonna start to bring the gear in. Gonna have a drink of water. Don't forget, just because you're indoors, all these things, you wanna be drinking, trying to practice good habits, proper habits. We're going in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, 5 seconds, starting the 8 minutes. Bring the last bit of gear up in 2, 1. Here we go. Settling in. It's a lot more push than we were doing in that warm-up. Keeping our leg speed, as I said, a nice climbing tempo, around 80 RPM. And if you're counting one leg, 20 pedal strokes every 15 seconds. And just think about maintaining that power, maintaining that same pressure. You've already done 30 seconds. Relax the shoulders. Don't get all hunched up. Good job. Just stay right here, not doing anything until about 30 seconds from here. We're gonna do an acceleration. You're not gonna change the gears, mess around with that. It's as though we're on this climbing piece. We're gonna hold on to our gear. We're just gonna wind up the cadence. So you can see as I get to 75%, definitely a little bit harder to talk. Okay, 15 seconds. This is a rhythm breaker, and it will also push up your effort for the first time. And you're gonna be trying to recover in time for the next one. Okay, in 3, in 2, in 1. Come on, roll it up. 90 cadence, up, up. 10 RPM. That's a pretty good acceleration. It's going to impact your power a lot. If you have a wattage meter, just have a look at what that does. Brings you up 20 watts, 15, maybe even a little bit more, and back down. 80 cadence. Okay, settle in, recover, recover. Don't let the shoulders creep up. I always find as you get out of a push in an effort, you actually feel almost worse for a few seconds. So this first 30 seconds, trying to adjust, bring it back down, back to our hour power, 75%. Good job. Okay, you've got 60 seconds before we do anything again. So let's stay with this. Stay with the tempo. Do a little check-in. Breathing gets more regular. Feeling like you have a bit of a rhythm again. Just in time to break it with the acceleration. Okay? Coming up in 30 seconds. It's gonna be the same thing. Second time. So your heart rate and everything's a little elevated. 20 seconds. Good job, guys. So this is just a wind up. 10 RPM. Going in less than 10 seconds. Okay? Don't change your gear. Unless you're on a smart trainer, you have to add the amount of watts that you know. And here we go. Up, up. 10 RPM. 90. As you're adding 10 to that 80 RPM. Okay, come on. Good job. There right now. You're there right now. You're gonna hold it. Just going with this little surge. Awesome job. Okay. Carry it right through till I say 2, 1, and 80 again. Back to your 80 cadence. Okay, get back into that rhythm, back into that tempo, halfway through this hill. Maybe think of something that you do around where you are that's 8 minutes long. It's a decently long effort. Okay, feeling you're coming back down a little bit. 30 seconds. Good. Settle into that climbing tempo. 75%. You got 60 more seconds almost. A little bit less. Now you could go out and ride your 75%, a little bit more for a long climb. But the way we want to challenge our system is by bringing in these little pushes and then coming back to that base tempo, which is pretty hard. It's our hour power. Okay, 15 seconds, same thing. Second last time, give yourself a little check. Shoulders down, going in 10. All right, getting ready to wind it up. 3, 2, and up, up. Come on, right up to that 90 RPM. Bring it up. You can feel the effort coming up. You can feel the wattage coming up. Your bike is gonna be moving faster. Doing this outside. Good. Hold on. 10 to go. Good job. Right at that 90 cadence. A little bit more if you want. Just means more watts. 2, 1. Last 2 minutes. Okay, guys. Back to that 80. Back to that 80. We're near the top of this hill. This time, as we're pushing for 30 seconds, we're gonna be driving it just up and over the top. Now roll back down again, do it again. Okay, we're going again in a minute. You're almost there. Positive thoughts. Good, stay at that 80 RPM. I creep up a little bit. Like my leg speed these days. Good. Think positive. Think positive. This is the last minute of the 8. Coming in here now. Recover, recover before the effort. Do a little self-talk. Getting ready. Awesome, okay. All right, everybody with me? 30 seconds, up and over the top, rolling it up, 90 RPM or more if you want. Last one, little downhill break in 2, 1, up, up, come on. Keep it going, right to the top. Push, push. Just think of leg speed, not change the gear, so you know you're going faster. Less than 10 seconds, come on. Hold on to it. 3, 2, and back it off. Easy, easy. Recover, recover. So, it's another thing. Try and emphasize is not to be afraid of going easy when you're being told to go easy. There's a reason for it. We're always trying to break down and then rebuild. So whether you're talking in terms of taking rest, and even in this program, you'll find some days are designed to be easier. Some days are more specific intervals, because we do like you to think in terms of backing off from your hard training all the time so that you can build, regroup, not just mentally, physically, because you're tearing down your muscles doing hard work, and so you want to be giving them a chance to come back. You want to be giving yourself a chance to get better from the training, and rest is an important part of that. So right now, we're just taking a little downhill break from the hill, and you're halfway through the recovery. So right now, if you went back to super, super easy, maybe you want to just think about what cadence you're at, think about something that's you're most comfortable, maximizing this little bit of time, and also a little bit more gear. I had dropped mine back to pretty easy, and now I'm just going to bring it up, not so I'm getting to my 50% or anything like that, but just so that I have a little bit of pressure behind the pedals and reminding my muscles we got another one to do. So this challenge, you're going to see some of our other coaches Everybody's participating. A couple that had to talk them into doing videos. Wasn't really something they were jumping up to do, but you'll see we have a couple of great characters. I'm excited that you're gonna get to meet some of them as well. So you can either be doing the actual real time online or doing it like this. These first ones were just getting ready for you. And speaking of getting ready, let's bring that cadence back down to 80, 80. Let's start nudging the power back up, the gear. Gear is a part of generating power, right? So bringing the gear up, dropping the cadence down, and that's gonna be our 75%. In 2, 1, and this is your second 8 minutes. Okay, let's just get into this rhythm. Think about even breathing. You haven't had anything to disrupt it yet. Think about comfortable position, no matter what type of bike you ride. Quite often, just changing your hands around a little bit, changing it up a little bit on your handlebars can help make you feel more comfortable. You don't get locked into certain positions and maybe your hands fall asleep or whatever it is. We all have our things. Okay, good job, guys. We're almost in a minute. Almost in a minute. Stay right here. You're gonna have a little drink. I like to ride with my hands on the tops or the hoods a lot. When I changed to doing a little bit more off-road from road, I found I was less inclined to be down here as you ride straight bars up here. Okay, 15 seconds from this 80 cadence. We're gonna do the same thing. All right, you're gonna roll it up for me. You're gonna feel the effort come up. Speed of the bike's coming up as the watts come up, okay? In 2, 1, up, up. A little rhythm breaker, just pushing the pace. Maybe someone else is pushing it. Whatever visuals you like to go with. Good. 15 seconds. Stay on it. A little bit over that 90 cadence is fine, as long as you can come back and feel like you can ride at that 75%. That's the key. 2, 1, and back to your 80 cadence. Good job. Recover, recover, recover. Takes 8, 10, sometimes even 15 seconds for you to feel you come back to your rhythm. But that's what you're trying to do. Okay? Good job. So we do a lot of work, different points in our max aerobic power range. Always concerned about improving our ability at an hour. It is important, but also, very importantly, we want to be touching some of the other zones as well, and all the different cadence ranges. Super important. Building strength at the lower cadences. A little bigger gear. Okay. Good job. We're gonna be going again here. Another 30 seconds. Coming up, 15. Getting ready to roll into this. Second time through. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Come on, push it up. First little part, pushing up the speed. Once you're there, just holding it, trying to relax. Awesome. Last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and roll it back. 80 cadence. Bringing it back. Good job. 2 more. 2 more. Feel that recovery coming back as you drop the cadence. Dropping the wattage a little bit. Back into your group. Okay. You're going in another minute. 3rd time through. Hold on to this nice solid cadence. Let's envision we're with our little group and we're gonna push the last one. Right now, one of our riding friends, you can see them getting ready to go again. Just keeping your eyes up. All right, we're going in 20 seconds from this 80 cadence. Good job. Ready? And however much you want, over 90, as long as you can come back and recover for the last one that you're pushing. Okay? Up, up. Come on. Wind it up. 90. A little bit more. Bring the shoulders down. Good job. Keep it going, come on. Think you can. Almost 5, 2, 1, 80 cadence. Last time, everyone. Recover, recover. Okay, mental note on that. Maybe you push it up a little too high. Feel like it's taking you longer to bring it down. Remember that for the last one. You're gonna be setting the pace this time. So, remembering for the last one might be you going, that's pretty hard for me last time. And you're gonna one-up it just a little bit. Make it competitive. Okay, almost our last 30 seconds before we're gonna go. And that means our last minute for the whole hill. We can see the top now. We're vying for the polka dot jersey, the climber's jersey. Get to wear it at least till your next workout. Okay, here we go. Hold the gear, 5 seconds. Let's make this a hard one. 2, 1, up, up, up. Come on, for the top, for the top. Wind it up much as you can. 20 seconds to go. Up, up. Come on, a little bit more. Let's go for the line. Eyes up, looking across the line. Last little bit. Hold on. Push, push, push. 3, 2, and let it go. Whew. And done. Good job. Recover, recover. Bring the gear right down. Right down. And then just as you start to feel your breathing come back down, feeling a little better, maybe just put a touch of gear on so you can feel it and just move that blood around. Always feel better the next day when you've done a little bit of a warm down. See lots of people in other sports now jump off their game competition, jump on a bike and pedal. It's usually the easiest, most transportable way to have a bit of a cool down. after you've done your effort. And really importantly, we're going to be doing this tomorrow or something like this. Tomorrow is a little bit more of a kind of aerobic ride. Still has some structure, but I'm still concerned about our cadence and what we're doing. But you're going to be a little bit easier level for part of it, for sure. And then Monday is skills. Tuesday, you've got short, hard hills. Wednesday, you got a fun ride with Max. That'll be, he's always a giggle. He's ridden up Cypress on his unicycle and finished Whistler Grand Fondo in a Superman on his saddle. So he's always full of fun. But that's our 30 minutes. Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. And that's a wrap.